All right, let me get it together. Get it together. All right. I got a million remotes here, God. Jesus. Hey, C. Cliff. Hey, hey, hey. I'm a little late today, but I'm trying to get it together. Come on in, come on in. We gonna get it together. How's everybody doing? Let me know. Jeffrey Mackenzie. Hello, cousin. How are you? Hey, Jacqueline. Hey, girl. Hey. Okay. So, it's Tuesday, 6 o'clock. I told you guys this was going to be our new day. So, we are committed right now to this Tuesday at 6 o'clock. So, you can expect to see me here. Okay. Now, TikTok, I got y'all kind of struggling over here. Please let me know if y'all can see. I'm trying to fix you guys. Ugh. All right. It looks a little cloudy on TikTok on y'all's camera side. I don't know what that is. Let me see. Can I? Oh, I don't even know what to do to help you guys on that side. I'm going to have to leave it like that. All right. Hey, Paul. Hey, Latasha. Hey, Tama. What up from Scotland? Hey, Tam G in Scotland. How you doing, love? What's going on in Scotland? I don't even know where Scotland at. Oh God, you know y'all know I didn't do good in school now. I don't even know where Scotland's at. Okay, so listen, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad everybody is here. Like I said, it's Tuesday 6. This is going to be our day that we are going to be doing our lives. When anything changes, I will let you know. But right now, we're going Tuesday at 6, okay? Now, hey, Miguel Garcia. Last week we talked about surrender, right? I was going to talk to you about how to connect with spirit, but I realized that the first step to connecting with spirit is surrendering, right? So that's what we did last week. So today I'm going to give you let me see, I'm going to give you the 5 tools, the 5 steps, so you can actually now begin to connect with spirit. Begin to get into alignment, okay? Oh, TikTok, I don't like the way this looks. Oh, I don't like the way this looks. It looks so cloudy. Hey, Marcy. Hey, Christy. Hey, girl. Hey. Let me know how y'all doing. Y'all always so quiet. Say something. Let me know y'all here. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them below. Oh, Scotland is above England. Okay. Where's England? Tam G. Where is England? I don't know where England is. Oh, my God. I need to look at a map. I didn't graduate. Okay, I didn't finish school. I was not a good student, so I don't feel bad for not knowing where it is on the map. I know it's somewhere that I absolutely would love to go. Okay, now I do know that. But like I said, though, seriously, let me know how you guys are doing. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. Okay, you know I'm always available to help you answer any questions pertaining to your journey. So like I said, today we're going to get into the ways to connect with spirit, okay? The ways to begin to get into alignment with spirit, okay? You may ask, what is the whole point of this? The whole point in getting in alignment with spirit is you going into your higher self. Is you shedding this old version of yourself for the new version. It's you tapping into your higher self so you can figure out what your purpose is and begin to work on your destiny. Okay? This is what we were all created for. To think that you were created for nothing, to think that you were created to have the bare minimum, to think that you were created just to exist and not live is not what we were created for. The thing about it is, and I tell you this all the time, you know, you're not born until you awaken. This is why when you come into that physical realm, you're not born. You when we're born, we're really coming into hell. You know, it's not heaven. This is not the best place to be. This is not it. Before we came down here, we all had an assignment. You had a contract. You had something that you agreed to. And unfortunately, you forgot it on your way down here. So at some point, when you go through your awakening, right, when you have this beautiful spiritual awakening, this is also a part of you going into your higher self and your higher vibration, right? Oh, TikTok. I'm so sorry, y'all. I don't know what to do about this camera. It's irking my soul. It really is. I'm trying to, oh Lord, I'm gonna knock everybody else down. Listen, y'all. I'm working 3 lives here. I got YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook going. It's so cloudy on this TikTok. It's on TikTok. I'm sorry. Hey Monet. Hey girl. How you doing, mama? Hey Roddy. Roddy. Hey Alisa. All right, I'm just gonna leave it alone because if not, then I'm not gonna be able to function and I gotta get this lesson out. All right, we're just gonna have to ride it like that. Let me see. Maybe if I cut let me make the light brighter. Hold on, that might hurt. Yay! There we go. Okay. Now we rolling. All right, now I can function. I can see y'all. Y'all can see me. Hey AC. Hey Sarah. Hey guys. Hey S Lopez. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Grand Rising. I am absolutely amazing. Thank you for asking. And now we're gonna get into the lesson because I can see it now. I can function. I couldn't see a while ago. Mama, hi. How is it going? Yo, chat support here. We love you, Mama. Hey, chat support. I'm so happy to see you guys. I told y'all we was gonna be here Tuesday. We made it. We made it. We made it. I'm so excited. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten. I don't really eat 1 meal a day anyway. But I've not even really been doing that. Yeah, we made it, honey. So, it's so many things I want to tell y'all, but I don't want to get off course. How are you doing, though, baby? How are you doing? How was your week? I haven't seen y'all since last week. Let me know how your week went. Okay, now, like I said, last week we talked about surrendering, guys. Okay, let me get serious. Last week we talked about surrendering, and like I said, surrender is going to be the first step for you to begin to connect with spirit, for you to begin to connect with that higher version of yourself. And this is because surrendering is you actually moving out of the way. Surrendering is you moving out of your own way. Surrendering is understanding that there is nothing else that you can do in this space, right? Surrendering is understanding there's absolutely something more and knowing that that is something that you want to tap into. So it's not giving up. It's actually letting go of the old so you can go into the new. Okay, so this is how I want you to think about surrendering when it comes to surrender. I know for me, because you're so kind. Yeah, we made it. Oh, I'm in Dubai now. I've got a, oh, okay, Dubai. You know, I was just saying, I want to go to Dubai. I don't know when, but I know that that is absolutely somewhere that I want to go. I know Dubai is a place of abundance and prosperity, wealth, right? Beauty and all these things. So Dubai is actually somewhere that I really want to go. How is it in Dubai? You're gonna have to let me know. I know the rules there and things are really different, and it's a really safe place to be. So that's actually somewhere that I want to go to. But let me get back to the lesson. Now, there's going to be 5 ways that we're going to talk about today, okay? On how to connect with the divine. Now, this is something that I want to put a little side note here, because when you first connect with spirit, when you first get into alignment and you start going into your higher vibration, we know that you're going to receive signs, right? And messages. We know that you're going to receive downloads. But the key to this thing is to believe. When spirit begins to give you these revelations, when spirit begins to give you these visions, when spirit begins to give you these ideas, when spirit begins to open up that creativity, when spirit begins to open up those jewels, those talents, those things to you that you've not yet been exposed to, you're going to have to believe it. The only way for you to attain these things and be able to gravitate over and adopt this new mindset is going to be believing, okay? Now, I know when I first started my journey, Spirit used to tell me all kind of stuff and show me all kind of stuff. And it's crazy because every time, especially like I walk into my office or like I come in here and I sit with you guys, I cannot make this up. I cannot make this up. I'm doing I'm doing it. This is it. This person, this version of myself is what I saw 4 years ago when I was a hot mess, when I was down and out, when I was that low vibrational being. I could see this beautiful version of myself. I did not know how to attain it. I had absolutely no idea how to get there. And this is the other thing about spirit. Let me say this. When you get on this spiritual journey, you have to understand you working with spirit. Spirit is not physical. Spirit is not, the things that spirit is going to be showing you are not yet going to be tangible. So if you are a person that needs to operate out of those 5 senses, you're not going to make it here. Those 5 senses is what gets you distracted. This is the time right now you need to tap into that 6th sense. Okay, you need to tap into that intuition. You need to tap into that small, still voice. You're going to have to tap into that knowing, that sensing, and that feeling, and hold on to that. Because you're going to be pulling things down from the spiritual realm into the physical realm. So again, this is believing before receiving. This is also walking by faith, right? Okay, so that's a little side note. The other thing is, this is the other thing. Your direction, your guidance is now going to be coming from a higher source. This higher source is not physical. I don't know about you, but I can speak for myself. I'm a rule breaker. Not only am I a rule breaker, I had a rebellious spirit on me. Okay? I didn't have no understanding about taking direction and people telling me what to do and things like this. And this is because of my lifestyle, the way that I've lived. Remember, I've been on my own since I was 11. I emancipated when I was 15. I really don't know what it was like to be a child too much here. It's not much of my childhood I can even really remember. So when you come into spirit, you're going to have to be self-disciplined, okay? You're going to have to be obedient, my loves. I need you to understand this. Spirit, God, the universe, whatever it is you believe in, this is now your boss, okay? And if you like me, if you don't like taking direction, if you're a rule breaker, this is going to be something you have to get used to. And I'm saying this because spirit can tell you something and you can say, okay, right? And begin to do it. And then you're going to look around and see, well, ain't nobody, spirit's not physically here, right? Ain't nobody over me, really. So who am I listening to? That mindset is easy to go into. Okay, so this journey is absolutely going to cause for you to be disciplined. This is where your self-mastery comes in, okay? Okay, hey, the chili puppy. Hey, Frederick Morcel. I like you, too. I don't like you. I love you. I do more than like over here. I love over here. And I'm so happy you're here. Welcome. Yeah, Jesus, he's a role model for us. We must be expected us to be, wait, I'm not reading this right. Cooperate and be one nation, helping with things. Yes, exactly. We're not separate from each other, okay? At all, at all, at all. We are one. This is where oneness comes in, okay? This is where wholeness comes in. This is manifestation. This is absolutely a part of manifestation. You got that? Oh, Lord. Okay, here you go. You got to tame that spirit. Yes, you do have to tame that spirit. Not only that spirit, you're going to have to tame a lot of spirits, because once you get in this space here, you're going to see all the spirits and strongholds that you're actually operating under, and it is absolutely going to be your responsibility to break these strongholds. This is why, let me tell you this is why you have to be careful with your emotions. When you get emotional, what is emotion? First of all, what is emotion? Energy in motion. When you experience certain emotions, what happens? Especially if it's a bad emotion, what is that going to do? It's going to send you into a low vibration. Not only a low vibration, a certain emotional state. And you have to be careful, because this is how you get under strongholds. You know me, I'm somebody who suffered from addiction for years. How do you get under addiction? Something happens in your life, it sends you into a certain emotional state, and you run to that substance, to that thing, whatever it is, to do what? Self-medicate, self-soothe. So you don't have to feel what? That emotion. You see how it's all connected here? So you have to be careful. You have to be mindful of this, okay? So, let's get into the lesson. I hope y'all got y'all pens and papers. I told y'all last week, when y'all come on here, you better bring your pen and paper, because I'm going to go. I'm going to go. So, the first thing is to connect to the divine. You already know is what? Surrender. Right? Surrender. We've already talked about that last week. Surrender. You got to surrender. You have to surrender to something higher than you. You have to understand that you are a human and you are having a spiritual experience. And right now you are not connected to spirit. This is why your life looks as the way that it does. You have to be able to step aside, and you have to be able to look at it as not failing. You know, you got that pride and that ego and all these things. And that's another thing. That pride and that ego will get in the way when it comes to this journey. This is not a space to be prideful. This is not a space to be wrapped up in your ego. What do we know about that ego? That ego is self-serving. That ego is selfish in a way, right? That ego is concerned about, how do I want to say this? I'm just going to say at this point, about things that are self-serving and not so much for others, right? And in this journey, we absolutely understand that a part of our role, a part of us living, a part of us existing is absolutely to serve others, right? As a part of us being here is absolutely to serve humankind and humanity, right? You can't get so caught up in yourself. When you're wrapped up in that ego, when you're wrapped up in that pride, it doesn't allow you to be humble. There's no humility there. You're so caught up on how you look to everybody else, and that persona, and that what's that word I'm looking for? What is that word? When you worried about how you look to other people, I don't know, because I don't give a damn how I look to other people. So you can see, while I don't know the word right now. But anyway, not right now. Not right now. Not right now. So the first thing is going to be, when you get into this journey with spirit, you have to let go of your expectations. And what this means is, there might have been some things that you wanted to do. There might have been some things that you well, basically, I guess that's it. There might be some things that you wanted to do, maybe some places you wanted to go, some projects you had going on, all these things. For the time being, this is going to have to go onto the back burner. You have to let go of your expectations to allow spirit to come in. Because the thing about it is, these expectations that you have on yourself, these ideas, these versions of yourself, they're not deriving from who you truly are. A lot of these things, ideas, feelings, emotions that you operate on currently are coming from the world, from the things that you've learned previously from your parents, in school, all these types of things. And so this is not you, it's your rarest, purest form. So for right now, you want to set all that to the side, okay? You putting that to the side is going to allow who you truly are to come up to surface. Okay? This is why we put those expectations and things to the side. I'm going to tell you this because I've been thinking about this lately, Me getting online right now, like me teaching, me doing this, oh my God. I did not see this for myself at all. The person that I am today, everything that I do, from the way that I walk, I talk, the things that I partake in, the activities, none of this was a part of who I thought that I was. I was so trapped right in that darkness, in that low vibration of myself. I remember when Spirit was telling me all these beautiful things about myself, and like I said, I believed it because I understood that that was a part of receiving, but I could not see it. I could hear Spirit clearly, but I could not see anything. So every time I get on here, this last past week, because I'm in a space right now, and maybe I'll share with you guys the space that I'm in right now. But the space that I'm in right now, I'm sitting here in awe, not only in awe of God, the universe, but in awe of myself, because I literally traded my life that I had before for my life now, which is what I was created to do, which is me walking in purpose. And I'm going to tell you now, there is nothing more powerful than that. Not only that, if you can attain it, there's nothing more powerful. That means you have totally went in and recreated, not only recreated, but you've been made completely over. You've been clean. You've been washed new. What does it say in the Bible when it says that you will be washed white as snow here? This is what this is, to be reborn. This is what this is. You're reborn when you awaken. So like I said, you have to let go of expectations and actually trust that there is something more, and there is a higher version of you that you absolutely want to attain, okay? It's raining outside there. No, it's not raining. Look. It's the waterfall. It's the waterfall. Is it too loud? I can unplug it if you guys need me to. If you can't hear me, I can unplug it. Okay, so the next thing is going to be, wash with water. Yes. You get washed anew. And what I mean by washing anew, that means all those strong chains, cycles, they begin to slowly, first they loosen, right? They loosen before they break. But they begin to loosen. And this is where Spirit begins to shape and mold you. But a part of the shaping and molding is what? Is you taking that direction and guidance now from this higher power, because Spirit is now going to be speaking into you, speaking around you. This is why you have to be aware, conscious, mindful, and present, so you can see the messages when they're happening. This is why I keep telling you, my loves, listen to me. You need to have a pen and paper at all times. Spirit is alive. Spirit is talking and communicating to you 24/7. Not only that, you're gonna get signs from nature. You're gonna see things on billboards. You're gonna see things online. Spirit is going to be giving you things and signs and wonders at the most random times, and so you need to be writing them down so you can go back and decipher and discern your messages. This is the only way for Spirit to get you your messages. I'm telling you this now. This is the only way for you to get your guidance. You have to be mindful of this. This is why you have to be aware and present. I'm gonna tell you now, I don't know if you guys have like suffered with addiction or anything like that, but I know for me, like I was saying earlier, I was an addict. I was on drugs. I did a whole lot of drugs. And the thing about being on drugs is it's a blinder, right? You're not seeing clearly. You're not operating at full capacity. This is why you have a lot of people, when they come out of their addictions, when they come out of the strongholds, it's like seeing the world for the first time. I'm going to tell you that now. You're going to see colors, things that you didn't even notice before, and they've been right there in front of your face. Remember, you can only see on the level of consciousness that you reside. So if you're on a certain level of consciousness, then no, you absolutely will not be able to see these things when spirit is giving them to you, okay? So you got to be mindful of this. Make sure that you got your paper and your pens with you at all times. I'm gonna tell you now, I'd be in my car and I'd see something, I'll pull over to have to write it down, because this is how serious I was about this thing. When I first started this journey, the conviction was so heavy again, and I was tired. Let's talk about that. I was tired. I was down and out, and I was at rock bottom. And I trusted God. I trusted Jesus. I trusted the universe. I trusted spirit. I trusted Mother Nature with everything that I had in me. I didn't know what else to do. Okay, opinions on the afterlife. Well, my opinions on the afterlife is, again, I don't think that we die. I don't think that we die. I believe that you leave this plane, right? But I don't believe that you die. And the reason I don't believe that you die is because we are energetic beings, and being energy, we know energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transferred. This is why we have I keep wanting to say divergence. I don't know why I keep wanting to say that. This is why we are multi-dimensional beings. When you finish in this dimension, you go to another and to another and to another. The thing about it is, I think that when it comes to this earth life that we experience, I do think that when you do come to earth, I think that earth is one of those tests, right? Earth is one of those tests that the spirit has to go through. Like I was saying earlier, when you're born, when you come down to this realm, you had a contract, you had an agreement that you had already signed. This is why I tell you all the time, your family, your mother, your father, your children, all this, you picked all this before you even came down to this earth. It's like coming down to this earth, this is a play. And so until you wake up, if you wake up, and this is the thing, a lot of people don't wake up. And if you don't wake up, what happens is you have to come back down here and do this earthly thing again. And you have to come back down here to earth to do it again, because you did not awaken while you were down here. And if you didn't awaken, that means you did not figure out what your purpose was and get your job done. I keep telling y'all that we all have a job to do. For you to walk around every damn day and think that you're supposed to just be out here, you have to be out of your mind. Nobody was created just to be here. There is something in you. The problem is deep within you. And you get so caught up in this distraction. You get so caught up in these 5 senses. You get so caught up in seeing, hearing, tasting. Whatever the damn 5 senses are. I can't even say them right now. What are the 5 senses? Seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, feeling. That you don't tap into that 6th sense. That 6th sense is everything. The 5 senses are a distraction. But they're real because they're tangible and they're here. Oh shit, you're finna get me going somewhere. Why do you think they say hidden knowledge? Because it's in you. You have to go in there to find it. This is why Spirit calls you to go into the deep. You can't keep swimming in this shallow ass water. Anybody can swim in the shallow water. You got to go into the deep. And when we talk about going to the deep, that means deeper inside of you. There is nothing outside of you. Let me say that. There is nothing outside of you. Y'all, I'm getting excited. Let me calm down. I'm yelling. Let me calm down. I've started yelling. I've started to yell. Let me calm down. Y'all know I get excited. Let me calm down. Let me calm down because I just got excited. There is nothing outside of you. Let me say that. There is nothing outside of you. Everything that you need right now, I don't care what it is in you. You have to go in there to get it. The reason you can't find it is because you won't step away from distraction long enough to go into yourself and get it. How do you go into yourself? That means you got to sit in the stillness. That means you have to spend some time, what? By yourself. A lot of people can't do that because they need that outward attention. They need that outward validation. And that's how you shit. I'm not laughing, but that's how we end up where we all listening to these people on the outside hell who don't know nothing. So deeper in, whenever something is going on in your life, stop looking out. You need to be looking in. I'm gonna tell you now. Listen, one thing about me is I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. I don't care who it is. It could be my mama, my daddy, my child. I don't care. I don't care because I know better. It's not that I don't care. I know better. So when things happen in my life, especially hard things, especially challenges, what you will see me do, you will see me disappear. And the only place I go is into myself. I don't call nobody, ask nobody for, I'm not that person. I go to source. I go straight to source. I don't believe in problems, and that's the other thing. I don't believe in problems. I know that there is no such thing. I know and understand that everything in life is absolutely on purpose. There is no such thing as a problem. When something big comes your way, I've already told you that is a catalyst to propel you into growth. So it's all about your perspective at this point. Ooh, I'm sorry, I got excited. I'm calm now. So yeah, I get so, well, and I guess, and that's the other thing, like for me now at this point, I don't have a lot of outside energy. I'm not the person who needs to go out in the world. I'm not the person who needs to be surrounded by a lot of people, right? I'm not the person who needs that attention to feel a certain way about myself. Now, the thing about it is I used to be an attention whore. I'm sorry to say that, but I did. I used to crave attention. Not only did I used to crave attention, I used to go out of my way to get attention. I'm going to tell you right now, all attention ain't good attention. And at this point in my life now, I'd rather be heard instead of seen. Hearing is the last sense to go. Did you know that? Obviously, I work in the medical field. You can always hear. You might not be able to talk, but you can always hear. That's why when people are on their deathbeds, you need to be careful about what you're saying around them and all this stuff here. Because you think the people can't hear and all that. They can hear you. Hearing is your last sense to go. Okay? We should just be careful and image if there was life behind this life. What we gonna do that's really making me so uncomfortable? Okay, ask me that again, because I don't think I understood that question. Ask me that again. What did you say? Yeah, ask me that again, because I didn't catch that question, baby. So number 2 is going to be, you have to release attachments to the way that you think things should be. So that means, what did I say earlier? Your ideas, your mindset, the way you've currently been operating out of that limited mindset, you need to let that go. Let that go. Especially the fact that you know you operating out of that limited mindset right now, you have to let that go. So the way that you think things should be, you got to put that to the side as well. Right now, you don't want to, you got to get used to just being. And, excuse me, when you're just being, you don't think. That's the thing about just being. You're just here. Look, you just vibe out. You just sit, be quiet, be still, and allow spirit to talk to you, to come through you, because spirit has to come through you. Remember that. Spirit has to come through you. What if there's a life after this? What are we gonna do? I think if there's a heaven, God gonna choose who has a beautiful heart to. Well, so let's talk about this real quick. Says he is the way, the truth, and the afterlife, and no man comes to the Father except through him. Okay, so let's talk about it. First of all, we talking about God. You are God. Okay, let's just talk about this right quick. You are God. God is in you. In the Bible, it says that you were made in the likeness and image of God is in you. What does God also say in the Bible? You should be not idolizing anybody, right? And let's go into this right quick, because see, where I was raised at, I went to a church where they told me God was in the sky. And every Sunday, I went to that church, and I'm waiting on this man in the sky to come down and do something for me. This is why Miss Johnson, I tell you all the time, is 85 years old, sitting in the front row of that church and has not had her breakthrough. She's looking for God in the wrong place. God is not in the sky. God is in us. You are God. That's the first thing. That is it. You are God. God is in you. So if God is the only way to the truth, that means you are the only way. You are it. This is what I'm trying to get you to see. This is why you have, oh God. Hold on, I'm getting excited. Let me calm down. Let me calm down. God created us on purpose. God created us to be co-creators. God created you to bring heaven down to the earth. We're so caught up in experiencing heaven in the afterlife when you are supposed to be experiencing heaven now. You're not supposed to experience heaven when you die. If heaven, let me just ask this one question. If heaven is when you die, that means what are you living in? God created, because there is something inside of you that is supposed to be activated by you getting into alignment with God. You getting into alignment with God activates that thing in you, because you are. And this is how you begin to co-create. How do you think how do you think everything on the earth came to pass? God gave somebody an idea. God convicted somebody of something. God put something down in somebody's spirit, and that person believed it, received it, and brought it through to this earthly realm. We were all created to do this. We're all gods. This is the thing. But a lot of us wouldn't know that, because just like there's a God, the devil is big. You got to remember, The devil, he loves God. He came from heaven to be God. That's where the problem lies. So just how God is out here with that light, the devil is out here with that dark. You have to pick a side. You got to pick a side. You know, this is why, and this is the other thing, and this is why this is the other thing, you know, when it comes to God. They've put the way that a lot of religions and stuff have you looking at God is idolizing. And in the Bible it says you don't idolize anybody. The only person that so you should be idolizing yourself. If you're God, the only person you should be idolizing is yourself. The only person you should be taking direction from is what? Yourself. This is what I'm trying to get you to see here. God is in you, my love. A part of God being in us is meaning just like God is creator, that means we are co-creators. The whole point of this life, the whole point of me sitting here right now on this video, the whole point of any of us breathing is because you were created for a purpose. You were created on purpose with a purpose. It's your responsibility to figure out what it is. This is why you have to spend that intimate time with spirit, with God, the universe. This is where it comes from. This is what that means, loves. This is where choosing, deciding comes in. This is what your free will is. That's all your free will is. You choose or not if you're going to live your purpose or if you are going to just exist. You see what I'm saying? I know me in my life, I was thinking about it the other day, all my family members that have come before me and all these things, I can't tell you not how many of them I seen living their purpose. I can't tell you one person that I know that has discovered their purpose or why they were created to be on this earth. That's not okay. This is not okay. This is not okay. So if everybody before you didn't know who they were, didn't discover their purpose, what the heck? What would you have to look up to? Do you see what I'm saying? This is where your higher self comes in. This is where God comes in. This is why this journey is so hard, my love. You don't have nobody before you to have showed you the way. You got to figure this thing out by yourself. That's what makes it so scary. That's what makes it so hard. You don't know what you're doing. Not only do you don't know what you're doing, you died. The only person that can save you is you. There's nobody coming. Nobody is coming to save you. You are it. You are everything, and everything that you need is in you. That's the bottom of the line. The seed of a thing is within itself. You got seeds in you now, but you got to plant them. Not only do you have to plant them, but they have to be planted on good ground. If you continue to go out and do the things that you do on a daily basis in the same places and spaces that you normally do, you're not going to see anything different. You're not going to experience anything different. You are going to be stuck in this damn loop, in this cycle, in these chains, and in these bondages. You have to do something different. You have to do something other than what everybody else is doing. God can't elevate you in the crowd. This is why you're called to your solitude. This is why you're called to be alone. This is why you're called to let go of expectations and attachments. You have to shed the old skin for the new skin at some point. What makes you think that animals, because animals go through it, animals go through the new skin for the new skin, the seasons change. What would make you think that Mother Nature would change and a human is supposed to remain the same? We are absolutely all one. All one. I say this all the time. I am not separate from you. You are not separate from me. But we are. The thing that has separated us is our mindsets. Our mindsets is what has separated us. Do you understand this? Hey, Mary from India. How you doing, my love? How can we obtain unity? It's to step away from separation. It's to step into the vibration of love. Love is supposed to be unconditional. Love, love, love. You don't have to understand somebody to love them. You don't have to agree with somebody to love them. You don't have to have the same views and mindsets to love. Our love is supposed to be unconditional. Do you understand what I'm saying? Love, 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 love. I don't, let me tell you one thing about me. I choose where my energy goes. You understand me? I don't do ignorance. I don't do it. Instead of people saying, I don't understand, they will automatically try to make you feel like you're wrong or you're ignorant or you're less than, and all have a different perception. What you say, way that you feel. And I don't expect it to be. If everybody felt and looked the same and thought the same, then the world would be very boring, right? There's supposed to be diversity. There's supposed to be different colored people, right? Different size people, all these things. It has nothing to do with us loving each other. Oh, I ignore the ignorance because it's not in my vibration. I dealt with ignorance. I dealt with that low vibrational things for 40 years. It's a choice. You get to choose. You choose where your energy goes. I can have a person sitting right here in front of me. Do you hear me? And not see them at all if you're not on my vibration. And I will not acknowledge it. And that's the other thing. You got to understand, when you do come across these type of entities, you acknowledging them, you're not doing nothing but fueling them up and giving them more power. I don't support energy vampires. I don't support someone not understanding how to obtain their happiness and coming to somebody else to suck the life out of them. I don't support that. So you have to choose. Everybody has choices. And like I told you earlier, I'm universal with mine. I don't care who it is. You can be a friend or a foe, family or I don't care. If it is not a part of my purpose, I will not entertain it. I will no longer entertain things that are not a part of my future. It's a waste of time. And I know that time is not guaranteed. I understand that anything that I spend my time on, I bought it. So I'm very picky and choosy with what I do with my time and who I give my time and my energy to on purpose. I gave it away for 40 years to anybody who would have it. No longer. No longer. No longer. No, absolutely not. Okay, the number 3 is going to be quieting the voice of ego, self, so we can hear wisdom. I touched on that earlier. You got to quiet that voice down. You have to quiet that voice down so you can hear that small, still voice, right? So you can hear your intuition. So you can hear God, Jesus, the universe. What you have to be quiet of the chaos, the distractions, right? So that's going to be number 3. You got to quiet the voice of your ego so you can hear wisdom. Another thing is, I want to tell you here, and I think I made a little post about this the other day. Whenever you start tapping into this wisdom now that you're going to be attaining, and this knowledge, I want you to know right now, there you already know these things. When you were born in your entirety. God, spirit put everything in you that you would need to carry out your purpose in this lifetime. It's in you now. That's where your free will comes in. So if you're going to decide and choose to go in there and unlock all these jewels. Because you got the keys. Not only do you have the keys to unlock the things hidden within you, you have the keys to unlock things that have been stored up from generations from your bloodline and your family lineage. Especially if you're the chosen one. You got to choose to keep straddling the fence, or you're going to go into the black or the white, because ain't no gray. Ain't no gray area right now. There's no gray. Either it is or it isn't. Okay. Number 4 is going to be making changes that may be scary and facing uncertainty with faith. You're absolutely going to have to start making changes, because you're letting that old version of you go. And that means letting go. That means letting go of everything previous up until this point. I don't care what it is, because it's going to be people, places, and things. We already know that. That's a part of sacrifice, though, too, right? What you're willing to let go of proves what you're willing to be a part of. A lot of times when you let go of things, I've already told you this, certain things that come back around if they're meant for you. But God has to see, spirit has to see what you're willing to do here. This is how spirit tests you. Okay? And you have to, you must face this uncertainty with faith, right? Because we know that we can't live out of fear and faith. We just talked about this. Living in fear is not going to allow you to go into the unknown. And the first step of faith is going into the unknown. They cannot coincide. You have to pick one. And I'm going to tell you now, faith is going to trump fear every time. Instead of thinking, Instead of being fearful, try to switch that fear into excitement. Cause that's what I did. Cause listen, I'm scary. I was scared of everything. I can tell you that right now. Before I got to this place that I was at in my life, I was scared of death. I was scared of getting sick. I was scared of everything. You name it. I was scared of it. And the only reason we fear things is because what? We don't fully understand. You only fear stuff you don't understand. You fear things that you don't know. So instead of looking at it as fear, try to change that fear into excitement. Cuz that's what I did. Get excited about going into the unknown. That the unknown means you're about to experience things that you've never experienced before. That has to be exciting. I don't know your life, but for me personally, my life was a hot ass mess. And so it wasn't a lot going on in my life to be excited about. So this journey to me was exciting. It also calls you to be spontaneous and to be flexible, right? This, I'm going to tell you right now, this is a part of setting yourself free. When you get to your spiritual higher self, this is where your freedom comes in. You're free. You're not tied to anything. You're not bound to anything. You're free. So you got to take that walk. I mean, you got to walk in faith. You have to walk in faith. You have to walk in faith. Discipline, and that's a big part of, well, that the discipline is the biggest part of it. And I'm going to tell you now, I was just talking about this earlier. That's something that I still struggle with. I've been on this journey for 4 years now. 4 years, this year makes 4 years, and I struggled with discipline. But I know that I struggled with discipline because why? I've been on my own since I was 11 years old. I didn't have no disciplinarians really. So discipline is absolutely something that I struggle with. So this is where your self-discipline is absolutely going to come into play. This is where you got to get into your self-mastery. Absolutely. That's the only way you're going to make it on this journey. You have to be disciplined because your direction is coming from source. Let me just say this. Spirit, God, Jesus, the universe, whatever it is you believe in, that's a lot of trust that's being put on you. Not only trust, but responsibility as well, right? Because God is now looking to you to carry these things out, to bring them to the earthly realm. Ooh, and that's what we were talking about earlier when I was talking about heaven. You're supposed to live in heaven now. For me personally, it might not be. See, let me tell you right now. This is my heaven. Right here. Right now at this moment, I'm in heaven. Look, I got the chills. I am vibrating at one of my highest frequencies that I will ever vibrate in my life. And why is that? Because Spirit gave me a vision, an idea, and direction, and I followed it. And I sit here knowing that I have arrived. If I didn't do anything, I'm about to cry. Do anything more, if this would be it for me, this right here, I'd be okay with that because I'm no longer bound. I'm no longer in the chains and bondages and under the strongholds. I am free. Put on my heart. That makes me, from then, I was created to do. I got tired of waking up every day to see the same thing, to feel the same emotions, and to be in the same place. One day, I had to ask myself, If I died right now, if I died today, would I be happy? Would God say, job well done? Would I have completed my works? Absolutely not. And that changed my whole life. That moment, that one thought changed my whole life. This is why I tell you all the time, you can't get so caught up in what's going on around you and in the places that you've been and the things that you sit in. You cannot allow those things to become who you are. That is not who you are. That's just something that you go through. There's a lesson there for you to learn, and you going through it only brings you out stronger on the other side. And when you find yourself in challenges and adversities and situations later on in life, you're able to pull from that situation where you gain that immeasurable amount of strength from. Because I'm going to tell you now, my strength, my resilience, my zeal, do you hear me? These things, my drive, my motivation, they're fucking unstoppable. I can't be stopped. I can't be touched. Because my not come from another human. How are you? I love you, but I don't care. Why would I care about how somebody else felt about me when my life is my own? Absolutely makes no sense at all. We get too caught up in other people's thoughts and ideas of us, opinions of us. We get too caught up in, that's the word I was looking for, my reputation. I don't give a damn about a reputation. I don't give a damn about how you feel about me, really, for real, I don't. I was born by myself. I'm going to die by myself. As long as I get my work done, as long as I fulfill my purpose, I could care less about anything else, because I understand that that outside world is not real. My inside world, what goes on inside of me, is more real than anything that I can see in this window. Yeah, it's right there now. I don't care if that's right there now. There's things to this earth we bring it through to this plane. That's all I care about. Because I understand that something I may do may help somebody else. That is the bottom line for me. And it's supposed to be for all of us. If we would all live in our purpose, if we was all living our purpose right now, we wouldn't even be on this live, because it would be nothing to talk about. Because everybody would be in their best vibration and living in their highest self, ain't it? Who is this on TikTok with this flower? What's your name, baby? I can't see your name, my love. What's your name, my love? Things started getting real close for me when I started fasting 22 to 23 hours a day and eating healthy diet and working out. It's amazing how close to God. Yes. Do you know what that is? It's because you're raising up your vibration, Frank. Yes, I agree with you 100%. That's how things started getting better for me. Absolutely. Do you notice that you see things totally different up here where you at, Frank? Do you? Listen, let me tell you something I love about being up here. I love being able to look low. Oh, I love the fact that now I can look into a thing and not be in it. Oh, come on. There's a big difference. There's a big difference. Oh, I love it for you. Marcia. Hey, baby. Well, I want you to know that I see you and I can feel your energy, Marcia. And so, you are absolutely here on purpose, right? Right? And so it's time to start Because it's a process, right? You know, you got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. Don't be trying to do these big great things coming out of the gate knowing dang on well you can't do them, because you're not going to do nothing but fall on down here. And what happens when you fall? A lot of people can't get up. Your spirit is saying that, oh God, I'm about to cry. I don't know what's going on right now, but you absolutely know what's going on and you know what you need to be doing. So I'm going to ask you right now to take this as a time, to take this as a sign to you that start today. You start today. Start today. Whatever that looks like for you, start today. Start today. Start today. Start today. Listen. So, okay. All right. Let me give y'all this last thing. Let me give y'all this last thing. Let me give y'all this last thing, because now, see, now spirit is nudging me and I'm finna go somewhere else here. Oh my gosh, how did you know? I'm a spiritual being, baby. I can feel it. Look. You see them goosebumps? I can feel it, honey. I can. Oh! I'm finna get going. Wait, spirit, let me finish this. See, I'm getting excited. Look, not me covering my ears like that's gonna make me not hear. I covered my ears like that was gonna make me not be able to hear you. Silly me. Okay. Let me get back. Now, number 5. This is number 5. We're gonna go into number 5. Number 5 is going to be being of service to others that spirit places in our lives, often in unexpected ways. Let me say that one more time. Number 5 is going to be being of service to others that spirit places in our lives, often in unexpected. Y'all, something about number 5. I'm going to say it was in 2000 and when did my house get set on fire? So I think it was like 2000 and when did that man set my house on fire, God? I think it was in 2015-ish, 16-ish, 17-ish, somewhere in that time and space here. But I'm gonna tell you this. When you are a spiritual being, right? So there's, there's levels. I tell you this all the times. There's levels to this thing. There's levels. So just because you've accomplished